Adityaya Namaha. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Swami Agneshwara Suryananda Satsang. Today, we're going to be learning about the true path of a sannyas, the complete understanding of what it means to follow the path of sannyas. In the last video, I taught you guys about the sannyas and the samsara, but today we're going to go into detail about the path of sannyas and what it really means to live that existence. Now, what is sannyas? Sannyas, essentially, is existing in the existence as the existence. You see, as a human, as a normal being, without any divine path, you simply live in the existence with the other existences and coexist. But when you're a sannyas, you live in the existence as the existence, not with the others, but as all. You see, I'm going to break down the truths about the path to sannyas in two phrases: the spiritual sannyas path and the physical sannyas path. These two phrases, keep that in mind, because I will be talking about both topics. First, the physical sannyas path. As a sannyas, in this reality, what is it physically one must do to have that title? You see, in the East, they have many traditions. They go off to mountains, they go to ashramams, they go live under the disciple to guru relationship as a sannyas. They have many traditions throughout the East. But you see, the true origin, the first sannyas, who and how did the first sannyas live? The first sannyas was a normal being without any knowledge and no enlightenment. And who did he be? He was the original soul. Now, what did he do? He found an enlightened master, a true Sadashiva. And what he did was he went and asked Sadashiva, Shiva, Kala Bhairava, whichever form you would like to use or think of, it is fine. I want to become an enlightened master. What must I do? And the enlightened being, he simply said, come, join me. I will teach you the path to enlightenment. A true sannyas, from the origin, his goal in life is to reach enlightenment. That is the true path of any real sannyas. Of course, now, after thousands of years, there are so many sannyas sampradayas throughout India and south and north. There are different types in Sri Lanka. You see, there are various different types of sannyas. Each god has its own type of gurus, sannyas, etc. So there are so many, but I will not talk about the different types because they're all confusing and they're not relevant. I will talk about the truth, the time when the enlightened masters were here, in this plane of existence. Of course, I'm not saying there are no enlightened masters in this time, but back then there were a lot more. Now there is one or two here or there, but back then there used to be nations filled with enlightened masters. But anyway, let us talk about the truth of the Vedic history. You see, back then, a sannyas, he would go and he would find an enlightened master and say, I would like to reach enlightenment. And what the enlightened master would do was let him live with the enlightened master for a couple of months, couple of years, until he got into the pattern and he contemplated all the Vedic secrets. And then he would let the sannyas go off on his own journey, on mountains, villages, wherever, so that he can experience and live the secrets. So I shall explain step by step how this process began. Originally, you would find an enlightened master, you would join him, and on a daily basis, he would feed you. That is why in the modern day time there are these ashramams. That culture came from that enlightened master feeding the students. He would feed him, he would give him whatever he needed for survival, and then he would teach the secrets. Every day he would give some secret. Like if you watch my previous satsangs, I talked about how emotions are illusions, the difference between loneliness and aloneness, many of these secrets. And you see, the enlightened being would give a secret every day. And the sannyas, he would sit all day in meditation and he would contemplate these secrets. And the second he understood it, then he would come back to the enlightened master and tell him what he believes the enlightened master said. Because you see, just because an enlightened master says something doesn't mean you understood. There's a difference between what he said and what you think he said. And so, he'll come back and he will say what he thinks the enlightened master said. Because you see, when an enlightened master tells you something, or to be honest, when anyone tells you something, if you misinterpret it, it is not his fault and it is not your fault. That is just how it is. That is why things must be explained again and again and again, so one can truly understand the truth. So, it's quite simple. The enlightened master would re-explain the concept on a daily basis until the student told the enlightened master what he believed that he heard from the enlightened master, and when the enlightened master agrees, yes, that is the secret I taught you, you are correct, here is another secret. And like that, it would take many years for some people. Some very high intellectuals would take a couple of weeks, some would take a few months. But there are those who will spend 10, 15 years to understand the secrets. And once all the secrets were understood, when he sat and meditated and contemplated on every secret there was, then that is the first stage of the enlightenment lifestyle over. Then he would go and start the spiritual stage of enlightenment, where he lives the secrets. You see, in the physical plane, he first listened to the secrets. Now he must experience it on the spiritual plane. And so, what he will do is he'll go off on a giant journey throughout the East. He'll go to different mountains, he'll go to different villages, and what he would do, he would live out the secrets in the spiritual realm. For example, one secret is everything is Maya. Throughout the East, the secret has been taught to many civilizations and through many masters, and many masters have given it to many enlightened beings after they have reached the state. And the enlightened masters have agreed, yes, that is true. And beyond that, after the secret was spread, the society changed. You see, this secret that everything is Maya, I will give you this secret today as just an example. Now, throughout this existence, everything is Maya. We cannot say illusion. Illusion is an incorrect word. Maya means it is real, but it isn't. Illusion means it is fake, but it looks like it's there. You see, this leaf, I can touch it. It is real, but it's not. It is real in this dimension. However, when I go to the next, it'll be simple air. Just like that, here, there's a lot of air, but only in this dimension is this air. In another dimension, it'll be a physical object of some sort. Now, this is the concept of Maya. Of course, this concept can be told in many different ways. This is a very simple, very short, I will say trivial way to say this concept. Now, this concept, once I tell the sannyas, as an enlightened being, what the sannyas will do is he will sit and he will meditate on this. And when he understands that everything is Maya, then what he will do, if this was the only piece of knowledge I was going to give him, let's say I only had one secret, and I gave this one secret to him, then what will happen is once he has contemplated the secret and he has understood it, I would say go. And what he would do is he would go around to these eastern villages and these mountains, and he will just live in the existence. Of course, once he realizes everything around him is Maya, then he has lived the experience. And he might be wondering, how is it that he is living the experience just by going to all these different places? It is quite simple. To understand that everything is Maya, here's a simple trick you must try. Go travel for 5 years, 6 years. Go make new friends, go make new family members, and just keep doing that. And then break the connections, go to a new place, make new friends, break the connections, go to new places and make new friends. And as you keep doing that, eventually you'll realize, everything is Maya. Everything is fake. These emotions I felt, I do not feel them anymore. In fact, my friends that I had 5 villages ago, by the 3rd village that I came across, I've forgotten about them completely. For example, let us say you have some sort of friend that you met somewhere. This friend has been friends with you for 6 months. As soon as you have to go somewhere else, let's say a place change, to another country because you have a new job or something like that, your friend, you will miss him for a couple of days because that is the illusion, the emotional illusion. And then later you'll forget about him. Your new place, your new friends, you'll remember all of them. And his image will be erased and the emotions you felt will be erased. Because that is Maya. When you are around these people, you feel an attachment. When you move to a new location, the attachment is lost. Because the attachment originally was Maya. It's real, but only in this reality. If I change the reality, it's gone. This concept, for you to live this concept, you must go off to various villages, various countries, make new friends, then go. Say goodbye, and as you keep breaking and creating these relationships, you'll realize it's real, but it isn't. It's Maya. And this concept, for you to go and practice this somewhere, wherever it is, you'll understand, so this is what the sannyasis do. They first learn 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 different concepts, and then they spend the rest of their life experiencing them and living them. And then by the end of their life, hopefully they have reached enlightenment. That is what it means to be a sannyas. A real, authentic sannyas. That is what they do. They learn secrets and they live them. You do not have to wear the orange outfit. You don't need to do any chanting, meditation. No. The sannyas is just a being who learns the truths and experiences all the truths in his life and reaches enlightenment at the end. In fact, even if you do not reach enlightenment at the end, if you have learnt the truths and experienced the truths, then you are a sannyas. Furthermore, a sannyas does not marry anyone. You see, an enlightened master can marry. Shiva had 2 wives, Ganesha had 2 wives. These were enlightened masters. They can marry, but a sannyas is a man who will not marry. He has chosen the path of sannyas. If you marry, you are not a sannyas, you are a samsara. You follow a different path, which is what I will be explaining in the next video. So, I hope this has helped you. I have explained what it is a sannyas truly is, or what he was meant to be. Adityaya Namaha. Let us let the light of the sun guide us all.